Hello, dear friends. We are happy to welcome you once again on Allatra TV Middle East, and we continue asking people from all over the world about their vision of creative society. A society where every human can live securely, healthy, peacefully, and happily. Already millions of people have joined this initiative and realized the importance of building such a society for generations to come. And already millions of people have joined and actively participate in building such a society. My today's co-host is Kate. Hi Kate, how are you?
Hello, Sergey. I'm good. Thank you so much. And today actually we have a really wonderful day indeed because today we have really extraordinary guests with us all the way from Canada. Can you imagine? So, with great pleasure and honor, I would like to introduce our guests. So, first we'll go for Inventor Scientist, Fellow of the Royal Society of Health, Senior Member of American Institute of Chemical Engineers, President and CEO of Noble Institution of Environmental Peace, Canada, Professor Biswajit Ganguly. Hello, Professor. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for connecting and sharing your opinion about the Creative Society. And also, dear viewers, I would like to introduce our second guest. He's a biologist, environmentalist, director of the toxicology program at the University of Toronto, executive director of the Noble Institution for Environmental Peace, Professor Roger Hansell. Hello, Professor. How are you today?
Hello. It's for us. It's good morning, and I'm fine. Thank you very much. And you sound just great.
Thank you so much for connecting and for, again, sharing your opinion, sharing your ideas about the Creative Society project and about what you already do to make the life on Earth better. And actually, dear viewers, we prepared a small video about our today's guests. So let's watch it.
The human population has significant problems to solve to turn around environmental issues. The motivation is, planet Earth is fundamental to what we have. According to analysis by the United Nations, an estimated 9 out of 10 people worldwide are at health risk due to air quality. Polluted air kills up to 7 million people per year and causes long-term health defects. Poor air quality has also been shown to hinder children's cognitive development. According to the World Bank, air pollution costs us more than $5 trillion every year. And this is just one environmental problem, next to a plethora of other worldwide environmental issues. This can and needs to be changed. NIEP was founded by environmentalists Professor Bob Ganguly, an inventor, along with Professor Roger Hansell, a biologist. Together, they have generated international recognition for the Noble Institution for Environmental Peace. As a result, NIEP was awarded the 2019 International Peace Award in Environment and Green Technology. Our organization focuses on the impact of environmental management for generations to come. This is shown through universal access to education and mental health development. This encourages compassion towards others, a connection to the environment, and fosters solutions to major environmental threats. We have held lectures at universities and have signed a Memorandum of Understanding with 23 separate institutions.
This is quite intriguing. So, Professor Ganguly and Professor Hansell, can you please share with us and our viewers what exactly do you do, what do you invent, and what is environmental peace?
We started working together in 1999. I was director of the Institute for Environmental Studies at the University of Toronto. And this young man came into my office and said, we can do great things together. And he talked about the fact that he had been a volunteer with Greenpeace. And he said, great for pointing out the problems, but no solutions. What we need are the solutions to the present situation that the world finds itself in. So he became a postdoctoral student at that point and spent his days developing a desktop air purifier that took out all the toxic trace gases that are found in modern homes around the world. And he was able to succeed in this. So he uses light and water to maintain a living filter, which you can pass the air through, and it will take out the toxic materials and, of course, particles from the air. So the reason that he said we can do great things together was he was already a very successful inventor. He had developed the machine which works on the same principle as the air purifier used for internal combustion engine gases. He was able to do it with a non-noble metal catalyst. That is the catalyst that makes the reactions occur faster. So the non-noble metals are inexpensive, whereas the traditional methods, particularly for cars, are using very expensive minerals like gold and argon and so on. It's an affordable system, which he was at that point producing for international companies, trucking companies, all off-the-road vehicles, and it also works well for the traditional internal combustion engine. So he came already a successful person, and his concept was, as an engineer, I have to undo the problems that our engineering history has developed. So I was and am an environmental biologist. I've been interested in the toxicology that comes with our human endeavors, and as head of the toxicology program at the university, I was able to see a little bit of the processes of curing the problems. We decided that, while he worked on his day project, we argued and came up with the idea that environmental peace is where we have to find the solutions. That is to get humanity to thrive at the same time that the environment thrives. In other words, that's the kind of long-term solution to our problems. Now, humanity looks as if it's heading towards, and there are advantages and disadvantages of the progress humanity is making. So we have now developed these wonderful IT solutions so that we can defeat chess masters with a machine. We can play poker with a machine, and so on. If you take that to its extreme situation, you could say perhaps that humanity has accomplished its goal and gone out of the system. But if we end up with a world entirely consisting of robotics, then humanity is finished. Perhaps that's one of the fears. But the other attitude is that if we use that huge intelligence, so that as one of your speakers has said in the past, we could have 100 people working on a particular problem with individual intelligences that allow solutions to be done in parallel, so that you can come up with solutions to these difficult problems. So that's the exciting side of the crisis that we're all facing. We set up the Journal of Environmental Peace because we needed other people to share the work with us from our point of view. And so we have around the world a large number of colleagues who work with us. The interesting thing was that we recognized that the journal needed support, so we set up the Nobel Institution for Environmental Peace. And within that, we can teach, but we realized that you really need to catch people when they're in the learning mode. That is, when they are free to learn, then you can talk to them about ideas. And so we set up the Nobel International University in the States, United States, and so we have, 24 other universities now working with us for sharing research and teaching. Ganguly has continued his creativity, and he came to me as a postdoc. Now I work for him in a sense that he is head of our new university. We have many other creative people involved with us. And this idea that humanity must thrive fits perfectly, I believe, into the concepts that this current video is aiming at. So we are totally aligned with you.
Thank you so much, Professor. Professor Bob, we'd like to hear from you as well. Can you please share some interesting inventions that you've done or that you're working on?
Sure. Thank you very much, Professor Hansell. We are colleagues, and last 25 years, so we are working together. Also, that I worked with many other technologies that could help for our daily lifestyles and also the humanity. So mainly those are the non-toxic as well as that is green technology based technology that I try to invent. I try to develop. I believe that over 100 inventions I have done already, so that maybe more than that. So I never calculate on that. But most of the works has been dedicated for the humanity and peace. I worked in the different, there's a non-conventional technology for the non-conventional storage of the energy and the electricity. I have worked on that. I have worked in the different type of heating and cooling systems. Is a non-conventional way that is very interesting, and I focused it for the tropical countries, for the cooling system, like the African countries. Most of my technologies, I always try to focus, it should be affordable for each and everyone. Because I always try to see the people, those who cannot afford, those as no support are actually, especially the homeless people and the poor people. That me and Roger, we are always trying to help them, and we were regularly teaching the basic science and technology for the homeless people and to certify them to find out the jobs in the market. So that our work and activities are dedicated for those people, for the humanity and peace.
This is so amazing. Thank you so much for what you do, for those amazing inventions that can help people, breathe freely, to have this, proper way of living, thanks to these inventions that you are working on and you're inventing. And I'm sure there are even more yet to come. So I'm pretty sure your brain, your imagination will help you in that. And also, I really liked how you mentioned the fact that the technology that we have right now, they should serve for the betterment of humanity. And humanity must thrive together with the planet Earth. And I wanted to, tell to our viewers that on July 24th, 2021, on the platform of ALLATRA International Public Movement, there was a huge online conference held, which was called Global Crisis. This already affects everyone. And this conference was initiated by people themselves. And they have been able to arrange the simultaneous translation of this conference into more than 72 languages of the world. So can you imagine that millions of people had an opportunity to watch the conference in their native language? And speakers from different parts of the globe who, those are the speakers who are not indifferent to the problems that we are as humanity facing right now, who understand the sense of what is happening and who are realistic about the future. They expressed their views on the following issues, which are economic risks related to climate change, attitudes towards climate refugees in a consumer format of society, environmental issues and their interrelation with climate change, as well as humanitarian crisis, yes, that humanity will face in the near future. And of course, they, try to answer the question, what can every person do to save the planet from destruction? And right now, I would like to suggest to watch a short trailer of this conference. And I would really recommend to all our viewers who are watching us right now or will be watching us later on to find some time and watch this conference, because I'm pretty sure that you will find really interesting information there from the respected speakers from all over the world. So let's watch the trailer.
Modern civilization has reached the point of instability and global crises. The global financial, economic, environmental, anthropological, and climate crises are realities that every person is already facing. But this is only the beginning. The fourth industrial revolution and a threat of mass unemployment. Future without jobs. Causes of the inevitable collapse of the world economy if the consumerist format is preserved. The problem of overpopulation. Rapid depletion of the planet's resources. Global climate change. It's time to understand the reality of world threats. International Online Conference, Global Crisis. This already affects everyone. Is the event of utmost importance, organized by volunteers from around the world on the platform of Allatra International Public Movement. On July 24th, 2021 at 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, a live broadcast of the conference will be streamed on thousands of media channels and platforms with simultaneous interpreting into more than 60 languages. The future of humanity, self-destruction, or the development of civilization.
Indeed, it was an amazing event, and as Kate said, it is unbelievable how you can translate the conference in 72 languages. I think there was even more than that. And from the technical point, to organize something like that, it's just unbelievable. And they went, and the information provided there, it's something so important. I would advise really to watch this conference for everyone. The AI, the fourth industrial revolution, how it's gonna impact us, the climate change, what we should expect not after 50 years, guys, in the next 2 or 3 years, and it's already happening today. As the conference name, as you can see, it already happens today, and it affects everyone. And the refugees, the climate refugees, so many things were raised at this conference. And on this regard, I'd like to ask you, Professor Bob and Professor Roger, what do you think of this conference? How important is it to raise such topics nowadays?
Yes, it is definitely, it is very important to do this kind of conference and awareness. But this is one point. This is the problem, that what we are sharing and showing, bringing in front of everybody. But the idea is that we have to use the scientists, those are working with the non-conventional technology, with the green technology, who can solve the major problems of this planet right now. The reason that myself and our organization of the Nobel International University and the Nobel Institution for Environmental Peace, all of our colleagues, the scientists, professors, scholars, so that we have dedicated to try to help to solve all the problems of the present scenario, including the problem of the mental health, or there's a violence and what is going on all over the world. So Roger mentioned initially that when the environment thrives, and then the environmental peace and everything, it also goes right way, right direction.
To answer your question, yes, this conference was and is an extremely important thing. You're combining all the different aspects of human understanding in your approach to what you call the world crisis. And so we would like to put our support totally for your goals.
Thank you very much, Professor Hansell and Professor Biswajit.
Thank you for your inventions. And, I really liked your approach, to the way where you get this inspiration, right? As you said, that the nature already has, perfect ways how to solve the problems that we are facing. And using this amazing tool, using the opportunities that nature provides us, get inspired by it and then implement it in technology or in the inventions that will be helpful to people. This is amazing. Thank you so much for that.
All the Creative Society project started about 10 years ago, just from a few volunteers who really cared about people and who really looked at this consumerism format and understood that something is wrong. The money and all this profit, it should not be on the first place. Human life should be. And since then, it was an amazing journey to millions of people who already take part. And we conducted since then thousands and thousands of, probably hundreds of thousands of interviews so far from people from all over the globe. And all of them are saying about same things, about the value of life, about secure and comfortable environment for our kids, and all these top values that should be valued and transparent in the creative society. And let's have a look at small video that will give you a bit more details.
The biggest social polling in our entire history of civilization has been conducted during the last 10 years by people around the world. 180 countries, millions of people of different social statuses, denominations, nationalities, talk about the society in which they want to live in. And this is a creative society based on the answers of the people from around the world. 8 foundations of creative society were established. A society where all people can live in happiness, peace, and prosperity. This is that very society that our prophets bequeathed to us. All prophets talked about the value of life, freedom, honesty, common human values, equality before God, mutual respect, and unification of people, about love for each other. They talked about the common truth and about the world which we can create. The prophets said, there will be a time when we're able to build a creative society. We are honored to live in the time which the prophets talked about, when everyone is chosen.
Thank you very much. Now you've probably seen a bit more information about the 8 foundations of creative society. And like we previously discussed, and you've already mentioned actually a lot of times the topic of creative society in your speeches, that it should be based on compassion. It should be based on human to human attitude. While nowadays in consumerism society, what values we have? Money, power, fame. And on the contrary, in the creative society, the main value and the highest priority is human life. So, dear professors, in your opinion, how important is it to implement the first foundation of the 8 foundations of creative society, human life, in the scientific world and in general in the world society?
Maybe I can read the first foundation so that we can refresh in our mind what it stands for. Yeah, thank you so much, our technical support. So the first foundation of the creative society is human life. Human life is the highest value. Life of any human has to be protected as one's own. The goal of society is to ensure and guarantee the value of each human's life. There is not and never can be anything else more valuable than a human's life. If one human is valuable, then all people are valuable. So, dear professors, what do you think? How important is it to implement this foundation in all spheres of our activity, everywhere, at work, in communication with colleagues, co-workers, people that we know, in the families?
Yes, this is very, very important to establish and this kind of organization and implement in the to protect the human life, but also that it is important to make the collaboration with the other organizations. At least they have been doing for many years, so that will help. That will help for the mission of this thing. What do you think, Roger?
Yes. The problem with English is that it has too many meanings for words. So foundation can mean organization. It can also mean the fundamental aspects of the, say, human behavior. So in that sense of foundation, I think that what you said is very, very important.
Yes, thank you so much for mentioning, this fact with the different meanings of the words. So yes, truly the foundations, meaning the pillars, the things like the basis on which we can build a new format of relationship with each other. And also, I wanted to ask you the question that we ask all people in the world. Like, no matter what religion they preach, no matter what their profession is, no matter what is their political interest or anything like that, we would like to ask you the question, dear professors, could you please share with us your vision of the creative society? Society where you, your loved ones, your friends, and all people in the world would feel comfortable, would be happy, and would live in security.
Hi. Shall I jump in, Bob, or will
No,
you?
Sure.
I have an artist friend who is also a scientist who came from the Ukraine, and he was, now I'm going to touch politics very slightly. He was working in the Soviet army in the old days, and he was in charge of taking and interpreting the photographs of the explosion of the atomic energy plant. And he saw the spread of the clouds of toxic material around the world, and he went and, without permission from his superiors, he published. And then he moved to Canada, probably very advisedly. But so you can dismiss all of this, but the important thing is that the freedom to be creative is really what you're talking about. And a society in which people are encouraged to think freely is a very difficult behavioral thing for humans to get. Before you go to school, your concepts are limited to your household and family values. As you go to school, you enlarge your understanding. When you go to university, you may actually break through and develop a new level of freedom of thought, which is sometimes why students get into such trouble with their governments and with their own institutions. But the freedom to be creative and a society that nourishes creativity, that's really what I think should be the basis for society.
And what about you, Professor Ganguly? How do you envision the society, the creative society, where everyone in the world will feel happy, live comfortably and securely, and the human
Yes.
life will be the highest value?
Yes. I believe that everyone should be happy in this planet, but the most important and the ultimate goal is the peace, right? There's the environmental peace and harmony. So this is the most important thing in this life.
Great. Thank you so much, dear professors. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And also, I wanted to mention that basically the Creative Society project is based on the 8 foundations, and we did touch upon the first one, the human life. We discussed it in more detail, and I just wanted to mention the other 7 foundations, and maybe you would like to comment on any one of them. So the first one, as we already know, is human life. The second one is human freedom. The third one is human safety. The fourth one is transparency and openness of information for all. The fifth one is creative ideology. The sixth one is development of personality. Then the 7th one is justice and equality. And the 8th one is self-governing society. So maybe you would like to comment on any of these foundations, or we can move on to our next block.
It's clear that the creative society is based on most of the foundations that you have described, so we can look forward to the acceptance of these. You call them foundations, I call them principles that can help. So freedom of thought is a major important aspect. The support also has to be not just the freedom, but that the person can still live and thrive effectively while being creative. I mentioned my friend who had a disability, and he was supported by the Canadian government and produced an amazing amount of creative artwork. So the conservative aspect of Canadian society will say, what a waste of money to support these people. And but the real effect is that there is a huge value to people who are supported and have no constraints on what they can do. And that is quite wonderful. So I'm not sure that my mind can hold all of your 8 principles at the same time. But,
actually, thank you so much, Professor Hansell. You did mention really important things, and that we have to create such conditions in society to support all people, no matter what their social status is, no matter what their age is. We really need to provide such conditions to all humans, to all inhabitants of the planet Earth, to have the possibility to thrive, to have the possibility to develop, and to have the possibility to grow, show their highest potential, explore their highest potential, actually, because sometimes we don't even know what we're capable of, right? So yes, thank you so much. And Professor Bob, maybe you would like to also mention something?
No, what Roger said, that is absolutely correct. Also, that I can give one suggestion also, a hint, that we are also that doing the thing and supporting to everybody, and from the homeless people to the different criteria, different scholars, from the richest people in the world and to the poorest poor of the people of the world, right? So that we have the access to talk with them, and we have no problem, because we really believe on the concept of environmental peace, concept of the peace. If you have the inside your heart, if you have the love and peace to the other people, so that then automatically the everything will be changed. This is the most important thing. So first we have to get that thing inside ourselves. So we also need to do the meditation and yoga. That is a very, very important for everybody. This is scientifically proof that it works, right? So we can also do the yoga meditation. That is one part. And also at the same time, so we can do the different type of profession, different type of works. We can definitely, we can work all together. I'm an artist also, that I already painted, and over 1,000 paintings I have. So that, but I love to do that. But it doesn't mean that I will leave all my other work. That is immediately it is necessary for the humanity. This is a crisis. I have to solve the problem for the crisis, or something which needs very, very important. So that I have to focus on that. At the other side, I can draw pictures, and I can think about the other 4 or 5 things. So this is a kind of focus of and the meditation power of the concentration of what you say. But it is possible. Anybody and everybody has the power inside. We have to focus ourselves. Actually, we are defocused. The reason that the outcome doesn't come all the time that good. And always have to think about that without any expectation. If we expect something, right, for the result of my work, so that is not the real work. So you have to do for the good things from your heart, that the result will be given by the supreme power. So that we have to believe on that. Of course, we have on the top, we have the power, so we can define it in the different names, but something is some energy of power is controlling us, right? So this is the most important thing, is that so we have to respect, and we have to do our own duty for this, to restore this planet. That I can tell. And I am always with you. If you need any suggestion or support, we can also work some projects or something with you. Could be a part of this advisor, and we have also our committees or something like that. We can get the good people, right, to work all together in the different countries, because you also focus all over the world. We have the same focus. We travel all the continents with the invitation of the universities, of the government, all that. But the most important thing is that our focus is always to do the better work, to build a better planet, to work the innovation, and everything should be beneficial for the humanity. What we need right now, we have to think about that. I am not going to think about the nuclear weapon or something, the guns or something like that, right? This is not, it is not good. I will think about which can give the immediate solution of the problem. Some problem is there, and with love and respect, we have to work.
Oh, thank you so much, Professor Bob. Sorry, thank you much, Professor Roger. You know, I really, really enjoyed our conversation today. It is simply amazing. And also, just as you mentioned, the fact that your organization is aimed to unite people, volunteers from all over the world, for the betterment of humanity, for saving our planet, and for building a better conditions for all people, no matter of what their social status is. And actually, throughout such broadcasts, throughout such interviews with people from all over the world, we are testing a theory which is called theory of 6 degrees connection, or 6 handshakes, which means that basically all people in the world know each other through 5 or even less social connections. And right now, I would like to suggest you to invite some of your colleagues, friends, or family members who you would like to see in our next interview, talking about the creative society, sharing their ideas, sharing their experience, and basically spreading the awareness of the Creative Society project, spreading the awareness of the fact that we as humanity need to unite and need to act for the betterment of everyone. So whom would you like to invite?
Mary Jo Reddy is one of our stalwart professors. She's the Dean of Studies for the Noble International University. She teaches, her day job is teaching in Chicago, USA. So she's someone who comes to mind immediately, but we have a number of other very effective people. So we have a psychiatrist who came to Canada and discovered that his patients often were in trouble with the law. And so he went back and took a law degree so he can represent his patients to society in a way that society can understand their problems. Do you want to carry on from there, Bob?
Yes, after so that we can definitely we can work on it. We can find out who is the right person to be in the platform. So that is, we can recommend some of them, and after this, that will be good, and also that to do that we can collaborate also with the different projects or something what you are doing in the different, hearing the different ideas and the things that we can definitely be positive to work with you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, dear professors, for today's lovely conversation. Thank you very much, dear viewers who have watched us today. If you would like to take part in an interview like this and also be a part of making a happy society where every single person is valued, the simplest way to start is to register at our website, allatraunites.com. If you go to the website,
Sure.
as you see on the screen, you can press the red button join, and all that is needed is to fill out a very short and easy form and indicate whether you just support Creative Society or maybe you would like to take active part to participate, and our volunteers will be happy to get back to you in touch. And thanks once again to dear professors for today's conversation, and thanks to everyone in the world who are caring and who really follow their heart in every day of their life to change the life for better, so that the human life will be the top value. And the information, as we've talked today in the conference from the 24th of July, global crisis, this already affects everyone, is so important, and I would really recommend to everyone to watch it till we still have some time, so that we as a world humanity can unite and do something. Thank you once again, and see you soon on Allatra TV Middle East.
Thank you very much.
Don't expect people to die in a flood in Germany. You expect it maybe in poor countries, but you don't expect it here. But it was all too fast, too quick. 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 But it was all too fast, too quick.